that is going to bring us into this week's social media roundup. Carrlyn, I know it's a good one.
Oh, yes. We got a lot of stuff here. So speaking of Alex Turcotte, he's showing off his new Bauer skates over at his camp right now. And Jesse, you liked a specific detail about them. What was the details you were kind of talking about earlier?
Well, you can't really see from this picture, but the heel of the skates, each nation has their flag in. This will make sense to anybody who collected comics in the late 90s. I don't know how to describe it for the rest of you, but it's sort of a chrome printing on the heel of the flag country by country, and they look incredibly sharp. And as somebody asked on Twitter, why doesn't every team do this? Like, if the Kings could get that on the heel of their skates, it looks incredible. They all look great. The States in particular, obviously that flag is fantastic. I love them. I think they look real sharp.
They do look sharp. And next up, we've got a meme that the Kings posted. It says they don't remember the LA Kings went undefeated last March. Yeah. And Jesse, I know sometimes we're a little behind on the memes. So I tried to ask producer Chris, like, does this one have a name? Do I call it something? So forgive us for not knowing if this is like some sort of thing that has an actual name and title to it, because I've seen a remix of this and people put their own words in it and whatnot. But the 7-game win streak, let's not forget that ever. I just love how it's kind of showing everybody else dancing and having a good time. Like, oh yeah, that didn't happen, did it? Oh my god.
Oh, see, that's so funny. So I'm an old, and this is the first time I've seen the meme. I usually
it's a great meme.
I read Reddit, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram and everything. So usually when the Kings wind up jumping on a meme trend, I've seen it before. This one I still haven't seen it anywhere other than the Kings Twitter account. I assumed that they were fighting, although I guess the party hat now makes more sense when you say dancing. And I guess the Kings logo is probably covering up a cup.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was because the new people have been theorizing about what the new divisional alignment will be for this shortened season, and everybody's putting the Kings, the Sharks, and the Ducks down at the bottom in their projections, with Arizona, some of them having them higher than others, and I just assumed that it had something to do with that.
But going on with this.
Yeah, apparently I'm wrong.
No, I mean, interpret it as you will. It's a meme, right? So next up, the LA Kings posted a tweet. Tell us you're an LA Kings fan without telling us you're an LA Kings fan, and the responses were incredible. So the point of this being, be subtle, but say something that says, hey, I know that I like the Kings, but without shouting it from the rooftops. Mm-hmm. Jesse, you had some favorites here. So some of these tweets.
Disc Sport and Spine Power Play is a good one. It's a great one.
Absolutely. Producer Chris pulled a couple more. I follow Patinee Sellers on Instagram.
Also
Jim
a
Fox
good one.
Wine Company. Incredible. What else do we have here? Taylor Swift banner curse.
Yeah, this is from my goddaughter Alice, and I'm particularly proud of this one and of her for coming up with it. I think that one is probably, for my thinking anyway, fits the assignment, as we would say, best, which is it doesn't reference anything even related to hockey.
Nothing.
It's just Taylor Swift banner curse. If you know, you know. I racked my brain on this one trying to think of one. Sort of what we said at the beginning of the episode with the Would You Rathers. You have your fan hat and your coverage hat and everything. So for me, you'd have to worry about the different eras of fan. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on All the Kingsmen Live, but on All the Kingsmen, the audio podcast, we frequently talk about how the fan base breaks down into sort of chronological eras. So you've got like the expansion era, you've got the Miracle on Manchester era, the Gretzky era, the 2000s era, the Frenzy on Figueroa era, then there's the Cup era, the Lombardi era. So I'm going to address the most recent one, and I'm just going to say Yutaka Fukufuji.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
You know,
I love that. If you know, you know. Jesse, mine would be, and this would be for Kings fans within the last decade. Mm-hmm. Mine would be Fly at 11. That's what I would. That's what I would tweet. Yeah. And you know.
That's right. You know.
I love that. That brought up some great memories. Next up, we've got some Elf on the Shelf remixes.
Mm-hmm.
So
we've got
Tom Hardy on Velarde.
Yep.
It only gets better. We got producer Chris's favorite Bruce on Juice, which is Bruce Willis, but the pic is so small. In my head, I thought Bruce Springsteen, and then I was like, I don't think I've ever seen the boss in a suit like that. And then I realized, like, Andy's bald. It's Bruce Willis. It's definitely Bruce Willis. Drake on Blake. Look at that.
Which beat out my suggestion.
Then we've got Hugh on Drew. Now this one is incredible. And it actually got noticed by Hugh Jackman, who then went and reposted it, which is freaking amazing. Like, that is so mind-blowing. I would never even have thought, picture would happen where there's Hugh Jackman on Drew Doughty's shoulder, and then it's being reposted on Instagram. And Jesse, I don't know if you thought about any other ones that could have been awesome too, but
oh man,
while we're here, I just thought maybe like a Dwayne on Wayne situation.
There you go.
Would have been a nice throwback photo. So there's my contribution.
I like it. I like it a lot, and a lot family friendlier than my suggestion. But there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. These
Jesse.
are the tell me you're a blank without telling me you're a blank, and the Drake on Blake. Those are memes that I had seen before. I was familiar with.
Yeah.
That fighting or dancing meme. I still haven't seen it anywhere else. I don't know. Maybe
it's so good.
Maybe in the week coming up.